Newsreel, real news, real quick. Big money was involved for the Pelosi family when she went to Taiwan 2 weeks ago. Nancy Pelosi's son, who secretly joined his mom on her controversial trip to Taiwan, is a top investor in a Chinese telecom company. Nancy Pelosi's son, Paul Pelosi Jr., is 53 years old and the second largest investor in a $22 million company called Borks Technologies. Paul secretly accompanied his mother on her controversial trip to Taiwan last week and is seen in photos alongside Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen and other top Chinese and Taiwanese officials. His mother, Nancy, claims she is working to tackle the Chinese government's aggressive investments in American companies. Dr. Anthony Fauci said on Tuesday that it was he who concocted the coronavirus in his kitchen in an apparent attempt to mock his critics. Quote, "You let it loose," unquote, the interviewer interjected as the audience broke into laughter. And Fauci responded, "I was in my kitchen and then he made a gesture, suggested he dropped something. The Justice Department has petitioned a judge to unseal the search warrant that led to the FBI's raid on Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort. Attorney General Merrick Garland made an in-person statement on Thursday afternoon after growing calls from Republicans for him to speak out about the FBI's unannounced search. The Attorney General revealed that he personally approved officials' request to seek a search warrant. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen directed IRS officials not to use new funding secured for the agency in Democrats' Inflation Reduction Act to increase audits on households and small businesses making under $400,000 annually. After yesterday's emergency meeting of the UN Security Council, which Russia had called to discuss Ukrainian shelling of the largest nuclear reactor in Europe, 10 shells launched by the Ukrainian army landed near the Zaporozhye nuclear power plant. The Labor Department announced prices at the wholesale level fell 0.5% from June to July, the first month-to-month drop in more than 2 years and a sign that some of the U.S. economy's inflation cooled last month. But the number of Americans who signed up for unemployment benefits rose last week by 14,000 to 262,000, the highest level since November. And finally, 91-year-old media magnate Rupert Murdoch and 66-year-old model Jerry Hall have finalized their divorce after 6 years of marriage, with Hall receiving $305 million plus at least 3 houses. And that's the way the world is. See you next time.